Hello and welcome to the show. As you may remember from the last episode, I did come up across one that at the end that I said, we'll go ahead and put this one in the next show, which is titled, "A friend of mine always talks about how he is stupid and he feels very insecure about his own intelligence. What can I do to help him?" So I read through it and kind of formulated a response here. So I'm going to go ahead and read that to you right now and go. Hello guys, first time posting here. A dear teenage friend of mine is very insecure about his intelligence. He has been tested before and he doesn't have any learning disorders or anything of that sort. But he is failing in many of his lessons and this has led him to believe he is very stupid. In my personal opinion, he is actually a very intelligent person, and he is good at the things he is passionate in. Although I may be wrong, I think the reason he puts so little effort into studying is that he always believes he will fail anyway, so he doesn't even try. No matter how much I try to tell him that he is wonderful and that he should believe in himself, he takes his grades as evidence that he is just dumb and continues to self-destruct. What can I do to show him he isn't stupid and motivate him to give himself a chance? Thanks. So this is one of those weird things where it's like, okay, well, you're not even trying, so you fail, and then you think you're dumb, and you're using your grades as evidence, but you're not even trying to do the work, you know what I mean? And they're very good at what they actually like to do, which is always good. I will say I was a student. I didn't think I was dumb, but if you say, I believe you said, in my personal opinion, he's actually blah, 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 very good at things that he's passionate about. And you think the reason he puts so little effort in studying is that he always believes he'll fail. That may not be the case. I mean, it just may be so freaking easy to him that he just doesn't see a point to doing it. I mean, like, he might think he's dumb, but I think that he's underestimating himself. And the grades don't really reflect your intelligence anyways. I would say have him do something he's super passionate in and be like, do you think everybody can do that? Because if it's one of those things that you definitely know not everybody can do, I don't know what he does, but obviously people that are passionate about it in whatever they're passionate about end up getting pretty good at it. I know one of my passions is photography, and I got gifted a camera a few years ago, back in like 2016, and my photography has just changed in magnitudes. Like I wasn't bad at first, but I like definitely got better over the years, pretty quickly. That being said, I mean, like, you just talk to him and say, look, man, I know you're failing, but give it a shot, do your homework, study a little bit. You may be better at it than you think. And see if that changes anything. I know it's really hard to get somebody like this, especially if they're in a downward spiral like that. But it's worth a shot. I mean, most intelligent people will fail in school anyway because it's just freaking boring, man. It's all stuff that's like common sense. But I do feel for this kid, and I really do think that he should actually try. I know that I always think back to like when I was in high school. I'm like, if I would have applied myself, I would have been at least an AB student, you know? And I just never applied myself, and I think that's what this kind of comes down to. He's not applying himself to the situations in school, and he's failing because of it. But I also don't think that it's him saying he's dumb. I think it's other students and his teachers probably telling him that he's dumb because he's failing. And I mean, like, that's bad. So you should definitely get down in the middle of that, or to the bottom of that, because that would be bullying from the teacher even. But I'm sure he's fine. Just, Talk 'em through it. This one is titled, Was She Interested? Well, I, 21 male, work at a call center and there's this pretty girl, 19 female. I quite like her. Yesterday, it was raining with lightning, and we were on our break, which is only like 15 minutes. We shared our dinner, and as we were returning, there was another girl with us too. She looked me straight in the eye and said, "Let's hold hands, just in case we get struck by lightning. We won't die." And silly me replies, "Well, how would holding hands stop the lightning?" I know, I missed my chance. But my question is, did she mean anything when she said that? Probably that she wanted to hold your hand, be the first step in your guys' relationship. Because I only realized later when I got back home that she might have meant something else. Side note, today she randomly asked me to play arm wrestling with her. Should I shoot my shot? Oh, I always say inter-office relationships get really messy and really complicated really fast. Definitely don't shit where you eat. However, you do have an edit here, and I will get to that shortly. I know what the edit says, so I may as well just go through with it and then give you my advice on it. Edit. I really appreciate one of your answers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm assuming you meant all, but one at least. And for those who are saying that job relationships are messy, I plan on leaving the job in a week or so because of my final exams. Kids in college. Okay, so here's my advice on that. You're leaving in like a week or so, whatever. Shoot your shot, dude. Like, you're not going to be there. You know what I mean? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You don't work there anymore. It's not going to be like one of those things where it's like you try to have this relationship with this chick and it goes south or whatever it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And then you've got a really messy office situation where people start looking at you weird. She might be lying. You start saying some shit and then you look like an asshole. It's a whole thing. So, since you're not going to be there anyway, go for it, dude. Shoot your shot. I mean, it might be one of the best things you ever do with your life. Those are the moments that we miss. And ladies and ladies, for sure. Let me just say something. Men are fucking dumb. We are stupid as shit. Like 95% of us don't pick up on flirting. I wholeheartedly feel that. I know I don't. All that shit goes right over my head. But 95% of us don't pick up on that. So, a lot of times you gotta be blunt. This beat around the bush stuff. I mean, like, whatever. But, so to this guy, I feel you, dude. Like, you got home, like, wait a minute, was she flirting with me? No, she wasn't flirting with me. And then you're like, but you know, that is kind of a dumb reason to hold hands. Nah. Yeah. She probably was. So go ahead, shoot your shot. I know when I was younger, I definitely didn't pick up on that either. I still don't pick up on it now, but how does that work? I don't know. I'm in a good relationship, so I'm not even tripping on it. I'm glad I don't notice that stuff. So anyway, go ahead, do your thing, shoot your shot. Ask her out for coffee or something like that after work or whatever. You said you shared your dinner, so I'm assuming that you guys work kind of like a night shift. So maybe after work sometime go out and get fast food because only you're 21. I don't know what you do under 21 anymore. So yeah, go ahead, shoot your shot, man. Can't hurt, right? I mean, what's the worst that happens? She says, no, I don't like you like that. And then you're gone in like a week or so anyway. So you move on with your life. But, you know, whatever. This one is a bit longer, as it should be. The title gives a little bit of it away, but I've also noticed a lot of the time the title is just the title. You think you know what's going to happen, and then you read it. It's just like the Reddit thread, am I the asshole? Um, might have some episodes like that too that are like, am I the asshole? Yeah, might go through those. Those are always usually pretty good. This one is titled, My Stepmom Hit Me and Threatened my job. Should I tell my boss? I don't understand how that works, but we'll find out. So here's the situation. My dad invited me for lunch with him and his wife. I came in, and while we were eating, she abruptly got up from the table and said she was going to the car and wait for him there. I told my dad that was weird because she wasn't really talking much at the table anyway. But it's usually an uncomfortable situation with her anyway because of comments in the past she's made about me. She doesn't like the way I dress, etc. Anyways, I told him to ask her when they get home because I don't want to know, because I didn't want to know, and I just wanted to hang out with him separately in the future. Ooh. Before this, the energy was off. My dad made comments about my weight loss, and she tried to discredit it, saying she's not that small. She asked me to get her an extra side when I was checking on my food, and I didn't because the waitress stopped me before I needed to go inside. Bunch of little stuff. When we finished eating and start walking to the cars, I hug him and see her near the car leaning on a wall on the phone. I waved by to her and start walking to my car. My dad calls me back over and I'm confused. He didn't listen and asks her what's the problem. She looks confused and immediately starts saying things like, quote, "You and your dad have nothing important for me to be mad at. You're the one who's upset. I was on a phone call. I'm a positive person and I don't have anything to be upset about. My life is great," unquote. End quote. Whatever. So in response, I'm like, okay, if you're not mad, why are you getting defensive? That's when she got upset and moved in my face up to my nose to tell me she's in her 40s and I can't ask her that, and I don't talk to her that way. Her whole face changed and she was trying to intimidate me. What a cunt. I put my hands up sideways between us as to say back up. I was waving my hand because she wouldn't back up, and she hit me. My dad grabbed her and then she started going off on me. She said I was stuck up and no one liked me, and I think I'm better than everyone else, and I'm grateful for the job opportunity she gave me 4 years ago. I'm assuming saying ungrateful. Meanwhile, my dad is just watching us. I don't have the same position I had when I started my job, but she did recommend me to her friend who is now my boss. I still had to do interviews and I made my way up from that entry-level position. This lady sounds like a super fucking cunt, man. Days later, I was crying and still upset. I tried talking to my dad about it, but he said they had moved on and he didn't want to talk about it anymore. He said I was upset because he didn't give me the reaction I wanted, which was to care and protect me, as he should have, when it happened, and he's not my robot. That's kind of fucked. I think stepmom got to his head. He said maybe I needed to get therapy because shit happens. Not like that, though. So I reached out to my family to tell them what happened. And he got mad about that and told me I shouldn't be telling his business to his sister, and he was ticked off. It's also your business. It happened to you. What the hell? Like, God, dude. He hung up on me. A couple days later, he texted me telling me that my cousin on my mom's side messaged his wife and cussed her out. Good. She needed to be cussed out. She's a fucking cunt. He was so upset and threatened to put me in jail for nothing. She didn't do anything wrong, and that I was responsible for this because I should have kept people out of my business and shut my mouth. I blocked them. What the fuck, dude? That's such a weird family dynamic. Oh my God. So my question is, should I tell my boss, who is her close friend, what really happened? I don't want to seem unprofessional, but I know they talk separately outside of my work. I don't want to unexpectedly get fired because she doesn't know. My boss is a very nice woman who seems to be fair. I'm at a crossroads. Help me. Dude. I mean, this is some real shit right here. This is some... I mean, that lady is a fucking cunt. Like, what's the problem? And it seems like she just got to your dad, too. Like, she probably sat there and was like, in his head about it. Yeah, I don't know, man. And then your dad gets mad at you for telling your your sister his business. Like, it's not his business, it's your business because it happened to you. First of all, blah blah blah. Was it? Yeah, sister, right? To your aunt. Called your aunt. Yeah, man. I mean, like, it's also your business because it happened to you. It's not even your dad's business because he didn't do anything, I would have blocked my dad too, to be honest, in that situation. He's totally against you, and it's like your stepmom. So I'm like a little confused here. I don't know. She's got to be up in his head. And then tell you to get therapy because shit happens. Like, shit like that doesn't normally happen. I think stepmom needs to get fucking therapy, especially with the way she reacted to your daughter, and then you don't do shit, and then she physically assaults your daughter. Like, you know what? I would tell you to call the cops on her, to be honest. You got physically assaulted. And so, whatever, but I would let your boss know what happened too. Like, be like, hey, look, I know you're close with my stepmom. This is what just happened. Just know I didn't provoke it. And I was just saying bye to my dad. Blah, 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 whatever, right? Just maybe get it clear out there so that your boss doesn't go, oh, well, she's my friend, so I'm going to trust every word she says when, you give her the gist. Don't have to give her the whole story. Just be like, yeah, I was out there saying bye to my dad, and then my stepmom got really aggravated at something. I don't even know what it was, and then she struck me and whatever. I just didn't want you to think that, like, she got up in my face and then I hit her or whatever, because, people like that will twist the story to make themselves look like the victim. Hopefully your job has cameras outside. And then you can, I would, I mean, like, I would say, like, yo, she fucking struck me. I think that maybe make a police report about that, because this whole situation is just jacked up. And then, yeah, fuck your dad for not stepping in and being like, hey, that's my daughter. Or son. I don't know. I don't think you put age or anything in there, but I don't know. Yeah, I would. I don't know. I would just distance yourself from that side of your family. Definitely for a while at least. But at least you had somebody to talk to. But yeah, just know it is your business because it happened to you. It's not even your dad's business because he didn't even interject himself into the situation. And I honestly would personally press charges on that stepmom for putting hands on me. That is not okay. That is not okay. So hopefully you don't lose your job. I really hope you don't lose your job. And I hope this all pans out. But you're totally in the clear here. And you're good. Just stepmom that has a fucking problem. And your dad is brainwashed by that woman. So anyway, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for listening. If you would like to, always feel free to send us your things that you maybe want advice on, donations help. Definitely get it into the episodes. Yeah. So we'll talk to you later. Hope you guys have a good day.